What's happening? What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah. And make sure that y'all hit the like button when you come in the building to jump in the comments and let me know you're in the building. What's good with everybody? Let's see who we got in the building. My man James in the building. What's happening with it? Mike Rhyme off in the building. Johnny Q in the building. The Queen Sheena is in the building. She says she hit the like button already and she number 5 to do it. Darius Gallard in the building. What's happening with it? Anthony Johnson off in the building. Jay Grant, what it do? Master Khalik, what's happening with it? Cheese All Out Fitness in the building. Let me see who else. Mr. Fitness, Mr. Finesse in the building. What's happening with it? Like I said, y'all smash the like button. Smash on the like button. A lot going down in boxing. A lot went down at that WBC convention, and we definitely gonna cook about all of that. You know, shit getting real out here in these boxing streets. It's starting to look like these dudes can't duck and hide from each other no more. But we'll see if everything turn out the way they say it's gonna turn out in 2023. Because like I said, that WBC convention, that shit was heavy. Some heavy news came up out of that WBC convention. And now we're going to see if boxing really give us all of these fights in 2023, where none of these dudes can run and hide from each other. So let's see what's popping. And like I said, we're going to talk about all of it. But hit the like button. Before we do anything, smash the like button. Let me check these likes and see what the likes is looking like. I see they sending out my notifications hella slow, but y'all can hit the like button. Let me see. Yeah, y'all got to get the likes up. Hit the like button. Everybody in the building should already been in. Hit the like button. Yeah, and for those who have hit the like button, I appreciate y'all. So smash the like button. We got a lot to cook on today. Smash the like button as you come in the building. If you're already in the building, hit the like button. Simple as that. It ain't hard to do. Jose, what's happening with it? Big Ray, what's happening with it? Dank Father, what's good? Yeah. So like I said, let's cook on. Well, I'm gonna let y'all know everything that went down at that WBC convention. Well, the main things. Cali Fire, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah. And as you come in the building, smash the like button. Smash on the like button. Ricardo Johnson, what's happening with it? Yeah, Jerome Miller, that's the same shit I'm saying, man. We're gonna see if they stick to the script or they start changing shit up on us. We'll see. But before we get into that, I want to address some shit, right? I want to address some shit that this Errol Spence, the video that surfaced. Y'all hit the like button. Let's see. First, hold on. Let me see if y'all got these likes up. Yeah, y'all got to get the likes up. Like, this shit don't make no sense. Hit the like button. If not, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to hit the like button, you ain't got to be in here. Go to another channel. You feel what I'm saying? Go to somebody else's channel. Don't just be sitting up in the fucking background like some bitches. watching this shit, trying to see what a nigga gonna say, but don't want to hit the like button. That's weird shit. But anyway, so yeah, man. So let's talk about that video that surfaced with Errol Spence and his girl or whatever, and all these clown ass niggas like some of you in the background that don't want to hit the like button. All you clown ass niggas running around, you know what I'm saying, running with the shit, right? So Errol Spence, and I made a video about it, so go check out the video if you want more intent detail. But I'm gonna just go over it real quick. The video popped up where Errol Spence was laying in bed, his girl was sitting on him, and basically you could see that she was that they was clearly doing a skit, right? And she was doing a voiceover from TikTok. Basically, she got on there and she said that he cheated on her and she ran him over with her car. So he was laying in bed acting like that he was hurt, you know what I'm saying, that he just had got ran over. So he was moaning and you know, basically, you know, making moaning sounds from being fucked up, like he was dying and shit. And then she picks his head up like, yeah, this nigga done cheated on me, so I ran him over with my fucking car, you know, or whatever. So she picks his head up and he lifts up and she's like, hey, baby, you want to go to Dubai? And he's like, Dubai, do what? And then she puts his head back down. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like she kind of smiling and shit, whatever. So that was pretty much the video. It was a skit. Now, all these Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, dick riders and haters, they coming out with video after video. They posting it. They calling him a fucking drunk and a drug addict and he needs help. They calling her a bitch, a BBL whore, a drug addict, and you know what I'm saying, all type of shit, right? Calling both of them all type of different names when all they was doing was making a goddamn TikTok skit. But see, these idiots, they don't want to go do their research. They don't really want to watch the video and use fucking common sense. They just want to go and put out video after video and do lives to slander, you know what I'm saying, to slander his name because they don't have nothing else on him now. You know what I'm saying? Because they mad, really, they mad because they got to see they motherfucking boy Terrence Crawford fight another Rudy Poo, fight another nobody, right? They mad because they know he pulled out of the fight and ducked the fight, but they ain't got nothing to come back with. Everything they've tried to come back with has been shut down. They don't have nothing to come back with. So what do? They wait around, and then they take a motherfucking video of a TikTok skit and try to use that against him. Like this shit, it's crazy. I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this shit up. I ain't heard it. I didn't see it, you know what I'm saying? But people was telling me you got Scotty White over there calling the nigga a drug addict and a drunk and calling his girlfriend a bitch and a whore and all type of shit. You got you know what I'm saying, Black and Brown Boxing, he posted it. He talking all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Calling them drug addicts and alcoholics and all type of shit. Like, it's crazy. And they ain't the only ones. You got, I'm talking about this shit was just running wild. And all Terrence Crawford fans was doing, his weird ass fans, is they don't care what it is. They don't care if they right or wrong. They just want to run with some shit because they don't have no type of morals. They don't got no type of fucking morals as men and as adults. They just want some shit to run with. And this shit crazy. Gayla, what's going on with it, Queen? She says, I just rolled on the channel going on. They ridiculous. Yeah, they everywhere, Gayla. They everywhere. Mr. Finesse says there's a bunch of fools making videos talking crazy because they're waiting for something. They was waiting for something, right? And they didn't have nothing. They don't have nothing. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to take a TikTok video, right? And we're going to make it like he was drunk and on drugs, and we're going to make this shit real. That's how pathetic they are. It don't get no worse than that. That's how pathetic they are. The man can't even make skits and play with his girl. You know what I'm saying? He can't even play around with his own woman. KG, what's happening with it? Salute. You know what I'm saying? When they don't want to hold they boy feet to the fire for ducking out the goddamn fight. Master Khalik says, the hate for that brother is ridiculous. Bud a duck, a fraud, a liar, a sucker. That's not Errol's fault. Exactly. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button because I know some of y'all weird ass niggas is in here in the background. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all in the background. I know some of y'all in the background. John Kramer, what's happening with it? Brian Branch, what's happening with it? Phil J 508, Jay Grant. You know, it's just clown ass shit. And you gotta think, the majority of this shit is coming from grown ass men. The majority of this shit is coming from grown ass, weird ass men. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no business about themselves. Just crazy. And it's women doing it too, but the majority of it is coming from grown ass, weird ass men. Ruben Gutierrez, what's happening with it? My man Chris, Uppercuts Boxing Nation in the building. What it do with it, Chris? So yeah, you know, like I said, I made a video about it and addressed that shit. But you know, I don't even think we need to shed too much light on it. Let them motherfuckers talk amongst themselves and be idiots. You know what I'm saying? Let they stupid ass talk amongst themselves and be idiots. But if any one of you niggas in the background that's hearing me, right? If you want some smoke, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, debate about this shit, I don't have no problem dropping the link. But I know you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Use common sense, fucking idiots. How can she run him over with a car, right? If the skit, if it wasn't a skit and if it was real, how she run him over with a car and he back training, you know what I'm saying, the same day posting training videos and shit. The fuck y'all must think Errol Spence is RoboCop. Real talk. Y'all must think Errol Spence is Michael Myers. Real talk. Y'all must think he Michael Myers. And see, I called a lot of these bitch niggas out. They was in the background, you know what I'm saying, watching, lurking. Now they done left. And I'm telling y'all, stay where the fuck y'all was at. You know what I'm saying? Now they done left. I see you niggas in the background. You feel me? I see you niggas in the background. Karma, what's going on with it, Queen? She says he literally busted out laughing at the end of the video. Why are people acting this dense? Because they know that it's a skit. They know it's not real. But see, the thing is, they don't have no type of morals. They don't got, you know what I'm saying? They just don't. So they don't care that it's a skit. They just want to have something to use and run with. And they'll pretend like it's for real. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. You can't Make a motherfucker that don't like theyself, really in real life, they don't like theyself. You know what I'm saying? They lames. And they just got a whole bunch of hate in their blood. You can't make them have morals as a man or a woman. Real talk. You just can't. It's just some shit, you know, that a stand-up man or woman don't do. If you know some shit is a skit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do all of that. You be like, oh yeah, it was a skit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave them alone on this one. You know what I'm saying? It's just a skit. They're not gonna do that. And it's crazy because I've seen some real live shit with Terrence Crawford and his baby mama, right? And some other shit. I ain't gonna say no more than that, right? I seen some real live, some real live shit go down. You think I ever talked about it? And this was real. Wasn't no skit or nothing. No, I never mentioned it. I never seen, and I didn't hear nobody else mention it. You know why? Because we don't need to do that. You don't get into their personal business. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this was just a skit. But some shit that went down with him and his girlfriend or what, and his kid's mom or whatever, was some real live shit. And I'm not going to speak on it, but I'm just saying, I seen it. Did I make a video about it? Hell no. Did I talk about it? Fuck no. It wasn't no reason for me to, because it had nothing to do with boxing. That was his personal business and his personal life. That has nothing to do with boxing. When Jermell Charlo, when that shit surfaced with Jermell Charlo and his wife, did I make a video about that shit? Hell no. Did I talk about that? Hell no. Now, I called out some niggas that was making videos about it, that was talking about it, but you don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you niggas want to be gossip blogs, well then, cool. Change your page from a boxing page to a motherfucking celebrity gossip blog. But until then, you know what I'm saying? Stay in your motherfucking lane. You feel what I'm saying? Until then, stay in your motherfucking lane. But y'all smash the like button. And you know what I'm saying? Black and Brown Boxing, right? He is the person that I saw first put up the video. And he was going in and talking about they were both drunk and on drugs and going in, right? And I said, okay, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But what made me feel some type of way is like, come on, bro. And I ain't never had no problem with dude, but what made me feel some type of way is you gonna have the nerve enough to put this shit up and then say, but you know, this ain't even about Errol Spence. I rock with Errol Spence. It ain't got nothing to do with him. I'm just putting it up to put his fans on blast to see if they keep the same energy with him, because his fans always talking shit about Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Calling Canelo this and I said, what? I mean, I don't know who the fuck he was talking about, but I think a lot of Errol Spence fans are Canelo fans. I didn't see people putting videos up talking about Canelo need to go to rehab and he's a drunk and he's this and that. I didn't see that. You know, so don't put some shit up and then say, oh, I really fuck with Errol Spence. I feel bad that I'm putting it up. I feel bad that I'm putting this up. You know what I'm saying? But it's because his fans talk shit about Canelo. Bro, what the fuck? What? That don't even make no sense. Because his fans talk shit about Canelo and I want to see if they keep the same energy. Well, what you should have did is before putting that shit up and talking all that shit, you should have looked and made sure that, you know, it was real. And you would have found out very quickly that it wasn't real. It was just a skit. But you didn't want to do that because you was like the rest of them. You saw some shit and you want to run with it. You saw some shit and you want to run with it because you really don't fuck with Errol Spence. Just like the rest of them, you're a hater of him. But it sounds better if you say, well, you know what I'm saying? I rock with EJ. I fuck with him. Come on, bro. You're not finna do that shit. You're not finna be the first one to run and put some shit up like that. And then talk as bad as you was talking. But, you know, it is what it is. Y'all make sure that everybody that came in the building smash on the like button. Smash on the like button. But I guess, you know what I'm saying, Errol Spence is Michael Myers now, according to y'all. Because he could get hit by a car and then fucking, you know what I'm saying, he could get ran over by a car, take a nap, wake up and go training. You motherfuckers is retarded, for real. Javier says there's a lot of videos of Canelo when he's buzzing, drinking, and having a good time, but there's no negative feedback on them. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Now you got motherfuckers running around talking about, yeah, that's why they kept pushing the fight back, because they know Errol Spence was drunk and high off drugs the whole time. That's why they kept pushing the fight back. You motherfuckers will say any dumb, stupid ass shit. Like, y'all just stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what other words to use. Just ignorant. That's why they kept pushing that's why PBC and Showtime didn't want to make the Terrence Crawford fight. They knew what he was on. Motherfuckers is crazy. You motherfuckers is ignorant for real. Anyway, like I said, y'all smash my like button. I don't want to even shed too much more light on that. You know what I'm saying? Because even talking about it is making me feel ignorant like y'all. Rail Johnson, 401, what's happening with you? Shit crazy. And also, I gotta say a couple more things, right? Just showing how stupid y'all are, right? When y'all ever seen a woman pissed off about a man cheating on her, run him over with a car, and then smiling and be that calm at the same time? If a woman that goddamn calm after all of that shit, she need to be in a goddamn mental ward. You know what I'm saying? Because she 1 inch away from being a serial killer. You feel what I'm saying? Use common sense. But we know the motherfucking Bud fans, most of y'all ain't got it. And the ones who do got it, they just choose not to use it at all and just want to be fucking ignorant, just to be ignorant. But anyway, let me see. Crunk Juice say, what's happening with it, Crunk Juice? He says, what you talking about? Okay, EJ car resistant after the crash. He said, what you talking about, K? EJ car resistant after the crash. So yeah, he did got ran over, but he know how to avoid damage now. Yeah, they probably would say some shit like that. Matter of fact, they would say some shit like that. And salute the Crunk Juice. Upper echelon, what's happening with it? Big Ray, what it do? CB Sports, my man Carl Burrell, what it do? Jay Smith, what's happening with it? Mr. Finesse says car retention. What's the fuck? Car retention. Oh shit. He's immune from car damage and shit. That's funny as hell, man. Y'all crazy. But yeah, you know, I guess I can't get mad for expecting some of these motherfuckers to have some morals about themselves and some common sense on top of that. Aaron Muhammad, what's happening with it? Salute. But yeah, y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash a Texas Bubble Stop 6. What's happening with it? Smash on the like button. Smash the like. Like I said, it's free. It don't cost you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like my man KQKC say, wow, 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 wow. Grown man boxing, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah. And see, you know, with this situation, ain't none of these weird ass niggas gonna jump on the panel and try to have a debate about this shit because they know what it is already. You know what I'm saying? So they want to stay over there with the rest of their weird ass, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford followers. They want to stay over there and they want to talk about the shit amongst themselves so they can, you know what I'm saying, make each other feel good going back and forth. Because they all the same type of dudes. Yeah, Texas, they stupid is an understatement. You feel me? But yeah, so hit the like button and we really gonna talk about this WBC convention because the WBC, they did their thing. They showed out. They showed out. You know what I'm saying? They really showed out this time. But I don't want to get too excited, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. We definitely going to cook on it. So y'all smash on my like button. Kirk McCall said, Bud fans say they want their restitution because EJ embarrassed them on Twitter. Right. My man John Kramer says, laugh out loud. Right, Keon? Over there stroking each other's silly ass egos and shit like some bitches. Yeah, that's exactly what they doing. You want to get on the live stream and talk about this?
Talk about what?
Huh?
Talk about what?
The Errol Spence, the TikTok. I'm just playing with you. Now, so right, let's talk about this. WBC convention, y'all. Let's talk about the WBC convention. This shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? I like all of these fights. All of the fights that they ordered, I like them. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm trying to see which fights I want to go down first because there's a lot of fights, but I'm just gonna talk about the main hitters or the ones that I know about right now so far. Because I know it's probably some that I don't know about that they did mandate, but these are the ones that I know about. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Tony Harrison versus Fundura. Tony Harrison versus Sebastian Fundura. That's a hell of a fight. And they fighting, right? Tony Harrison versus Sebastian Fundura. They are fighting to be Jermell Charlo, or let me say this, let me correct myself. They're fighting to be the mandatory for the winner of Jermell Charlo and Tim Tszyu. They fighting for the right to be the mandatory of the winner between Jermell Charlo and Tim Tszyu. Right? Now, that's a hell of a fight. I'm pretty sure that Sebastian Fundura is going to come in as the favorite. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. Tony Harrison can box his ass off. He could box his ass off. Now, he haven't been that active. He only fought one time last year. The year before that, he didn't even fight. I believe I'm right. Or he might have fought one time the year before that. But Tony Harrison ain't been active at all. So that's my only thing that I'm scared for Tony Harrison is because Fundura, he fight a lot. He very active. He fighting every time you turn your motherfucking TV on Showtime, he damn near on the card fight. They keep Fundura active. Tony Harrison, like I said, not so much. So my only thing is the inactivity gonna bother Tony Harrison. Another thing, we know Tony Harrison can box his ass off. Got respectable power. He can do it all in the ring. But can he take Fundura's power? You know what I'm saying? And Fundura's not the biggest puncher, but what he does is he got a gas tank on him like David Benavidez. And he overwhelms you because he keep coming and 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 he keep coming. And eventually his opponents get tired. And he wear you down and he eventually stop you. Well, he didn't stop Ocampo, but, most of his opponents, he wear him down. And we know that Tony Harrison has a history of getting tired. You feel me? He got a history of getting tired late in fights, and he's always winning all his fights. He's always outboxing everybody he get in the ring with and beating them on points. Then he get tired down the stretch, and when he get tired, he usually gets stopped. So my thing is, if Tony Harrison is in tip-top condition and he don't get tired, which is a big if, he definitely can outbox Fundura. This is a winnable fight for Tony Harrison. And then the fight that we all want. Can't nobody tell me they don't want to see Tony Harrison versus Jermell Charlo 3. And yeah, Jermell Charlo got to get past Tim Tszyu. But I really do see Jermell Charlo getting past Tim Tszyu. I don't see Tim Tszyu beating Jermell Charlo. I really don't. But Tim Tszyu, he can fight. He's dangerous. That's a dangerous fight for Jermell Charlo. But I see Jermell Charlo pulling that fight out. So could we see, right, if everything go perfect, could we see Jermell Charlo, Tony Harrison number 3? Do y'all know how dope the build up to that fight will be? Because they still don't like each other. Y'all remember the first Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo, and then the second Tony Harrison versus Jermell Charlo. That was some of the best press conferences in the last 10 years. Those press conferences were some of the best press conferences in the last 10 years. The build up, and then the fight didn't disappoint. Both of them fights was fire. The second one was even better than the first one. But the press conference, right? The press conference, that shit was fire. And Tony Harrison, he schooled Jermell Charlo with the shit talking. He had Jermell Charlo up there looking stupid as hell in the face. You know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo couldn't join with Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison was breaking his ass down. And y'all forgetting that Tony Harrison was actually breaking Jermell Charlo down in the ring. He was winning that fight. And then he made a mistake, and it was basically after that, it was good night, Irene. But Tony Harrison was winning that fight. But I would love to see that fight. But even, right? Let's say even if Tony Harrison don't beat Fundura, another fight everybody been wanting is Jermell Charlo versus Fundura. So you can't really go wrong with neither one of those fights. But you got to ask yourself, is Jermell Charlo even going to be in the division to face one of them if he beats Tim Tszyu? If he beat Tim Tszyu, is he going to be in the division to face one of them? And then if he loses to Tim Tszyu, he's going to want a rematch. So the only thing is, if Jermell Charlo wins, will he stay at 154? Because we've heard when EJ moves to 154, Jermell Charlo moving up. So it's a big question mark right there. But anyway, I like that whole sequence. You can't really go wrong with none of that. You can't really go wrong with none of those fights. Let me see what I missed. Let me see. You can't go wrong. A1 Hoops on. What's happening with it? Dominic, what's good with it? X, what's happening with it? J.A. Dixon, what it do? Mac World Media, what's good? J.A. Dixon said, I'll take both those fights and a third Castano fight. I don't want to see him fight Castano again. You know what I'm saying? To me, he pretty much got Castano's card. Castano can't fuck with him. You feel me? But you dig what I'm saying? I don't want to see that fight again. But those other fights, All of them fights is fire, and y'all hit the like button. Let me check to see what my like button look like. Let me see what the like button look like. Let me see. Yeah, y'all gotta hit the like button. These likes is way behind. Smash on the like button. It don't cost y'all nothing. This shit crazy. Smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to come in my house, walk in my shit with your shoes on, go straight in my motherfucking refrigerator, don't even say what's up or nothing. Eat all the food and ain't said a word. Come on, man. Y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. G5, what's happening with it? Tay D said Tony is the one to expose Fundura. Fights great from distance, and Fundura can't see. Yeah, man. I could definitely see James Toney being the one to expose him. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna say expose him, but beat him. You know what I'm saying? Because Fundura, I wouldn't say exposed, because Fundura already showed, he got a lot of dog in him and he could fight. He a hell of a fighter. But I think that Tony, you know what I'm saying, got him. A1 Hoops on, what it do? I think that Tony can beat him, like I said, but Tony's going to have to be in tip-top condition. He's going to have to be in tip-top shape. He can't come in there against Fundura and fight his ass off and then fade in 7 rounds. He can't do that against Fundura. Mr. Finesse says, salute, EB. He says, just want to show my support. Let's see if the WBC hold to this or they do what we've seen many times in boxing and disappoint. I've been sneezing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? David, I've been sneezing. And salute to my man, Mr. Finesse, man. I appreciate you coming through showing love. Yeah, you feel me? Uppercuts, Boxing Nation, you feel me? All these people ain't hit the like, but they just want to come and sniff around and shit. So let's get to the next. Let's move on. Like I said, y'all smash the like button and let's move on. Let's move to the next. Let's see who I'm gonna bring up next. Let's see what the next topic is from WBC. Let's see who I want to talk about next. Next, I'm gonna talk about Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz versus Wilder, right? Solid fight. I would have rather seen Wilder versus I would have much rather seen Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Mandated for the WBC mandatory. I would have much seen that. But Andrew Ruiz is what we got. We pretty much knew it was gonna be Andrew Ruiz. But what I like about this, right? I don't know. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. I'm going to just keep it 100 with y'all. I'm going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to hold no punches. What I do like about it is that it's for the WBC mandatory, right? So the winner of this fight between Deontay Wilder and Andrew Ruiz it's supposed to be the mandatory for Tyson Fury. They supposed to get a shot at Tyson Fury. That's fire. I got Deontay Wilder knocking Andrew Ruiz, goddamn, you know what I'm saying, fat off his back. I got Wilder knocking Andrew Ruiz's fat off his back. But the only thing about that is, do I really want to see Wilder fight Fury again? And I really don't think we'll get that far because we know how boxing is. But I'm going to keep it 100. Some of y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all could be in denial. Y'all can think what you want. And like I said, I don't think the fight will ever happen anyway, but I'm just saying if it got that far to where they mandated Tyson Fury and Wilder to fight for a fourth time, right? I wouldn't want Wilder to go into that fight because I got to keep it 100. Wilder needs to leave Tyson Fury cheating ass alone. Some dudes got your number, and however Tyson Fury be doing it with his cheating ass, he got Deontay Wilder's number. Wilder can't whoop Tyson Fury. He just can't. You know what I'm saying? He can't beat Tyson Fury. It is what it is. Like I told y'all before. Show me the toughest man in the world that can't nobody whoop, and I'll show you a lie. You feel me? So some people just got some people's numbers. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, Tyson Fury got Wilder's number, so I don't see no need for a fourth fight between them two. It is what it is. It just is what it is, you know. But you know, salute, shout out to Wilder. You know, another big fight with Andy Ruiz. That's a solid fight. I think that Andy Ruiz is gonna come in there and he gonna cause Wilder some problems. But I think Wilder's eventually, you know what I'm saying, gonna chop him down. I think Wilder gonna eventually chop him down, catch him with a big right hand, and it's gonna be it. It's gonna be good night. But that's a solid fight, a big fight. My man, Texas Gang says, "Sup, big dog? Just want to say what's up and salute for your work. I'm subscribed to your channel and I have clicked the like button. Keep up the good work, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support, man, for sure." Mac World Media says, "Let's see Wilder versus Fury without Kinahan in the background." Kinahan can't get in the fight, get in the ring. He wasn't getting in the ring fighting for damn one of them dudes. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? For real. Some of y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to keep it 100. Like, you can't keep, you know what I'm saying? It's like if y'all got a kid and you see your kid, you know what I'm saying, go outside and get the dog shit beat out of him by somebody. And then you tell your kid, nah, fuck that. I'm throwing you back outside. You finna fight him tomorrow. He go out there, they fight again. And he get his ass beat again, right? Then he come home and your kid telling you like, man, I don't like, he just too much for me. He too much for me. And then you like, nah, you gonna go out there, you gonna keep going out there until you beat his ass. At some point, it's goddamn child abuse. At some point, it's child abuse. You know what I'm saying? Hey, some people just got your number, and we just got to face it that whatever Tyson Fury doing with his cheating ass, he got Deontay Wilder's number. And if Wilder ain't the type of man that's willing to stoop to his level. You feel what I'm saying? Wilder's not the type of man that's willing to stoop to Tyson Fury level. Wilder ain't going to go get on no fucking steroids and take a cycle. He not going to go cycle on steroids. He not going to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? He got more morals about himself. So he's not going to do what it takes to actually be able to beat Fury. That's just what it is. He ain't going to do what he needs to do to beat Fury. In order to beat Fury, you got to be on his level. Of course, Wilder gonna want it, Jay Grant. That's just the type of dude that he is. He gonna want to smoke. But the end of the day is, does he need to smoke with Tyson Fury again? Do we need to see that fight? No, we don't. We don't. Do I think that, you know what I'm saying? We don't, man. We just don't. It is what it is. I'm gonna leave it at that. But solid fight. Wilder, Ruiz. I got Wilder knocking him out. And you know, and y'all got to think is Deontay Wilder's way older than Tyson Fury. It's a big age gap. You know what I'm saying? It's a big age gap. Tyson Fury's still young. You just look hella old. I think Tyson Fury, oh no, it ain't no big age gap. Tyson Fury 34 and Wilder is, you see, I think Wilder might be 36, 37. So it's a 4-year age gap. I mean, 3 year, yeah. 3-year age gap. So, you know, I don't know when their birthdays is, a 3.5-year age gap for, but it's a 3-year, let's just say a 3-year age gap, right? Depending on when their birthday, you know, you give or take a couple months, but it's a 3-year age gap. So, you know, yeah, I don't want to see that again. 3-year age gap, Johnny Q, is 3, but I don't want to see that again. I really don't want to see it again. Cassandra says, yeah, I was about to say not that big of a gap. Yeah, but, you know, in boxing, when you get 37, 38 years old, and Wilder be close to 38 by that time, nah, we don't want to see that. I don't want to see it, you know? You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even, upper echelon, I wouldn't even advise you to take that bet. Like, for real, why would you bet that Wilder would beat Tyson Fury after we seen what we didn't see? Like, come on. Like I said, Wilder's not going to get on Tyson Fury level. Wilder's not going to go cycle on steroids and do all that shit to get on Tyson Fury level. And we know that's the level that Tyson Fury on. You know what I'm saying? He been on that type of level. Cassandra says, I don't want to see it either, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it 100. And Wilder's my favorite fighter. Inside the ring and outside the ring, he's my favorite fighter, but I got to keep it 100. In upper echelon, man, drop your link in the chat. Drop your link in the chat so everybody can go sub to your channels. You know, so make sure you drop your link in the chat, upper echelon. But let's move on. Let's talk about the next fight that the WBC ordered. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like. Let me see where these likes is at. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Get the likes up. Ricky Williams, what's happening with it? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Make the fucking fight. And they did exactly the opposite of what Ricky Williams been screaming for years. Right? Let's talk about the next fight I want to talk about, right? Let's see, because I got the list of the fights, the big fights that was mandated. So let me see. We already talked about Ruiz and Wilder. We talked about Harris and Fundura. Now let's talk about Shakur and Isaac Cruz. Let's talk about my man Shakur Stevenson. The WBC ordered Shakur Stevenson and Isaac Cruz to get it popping. Now, if y'all remember, right, I did a live maybe a month ago, maybe a couple months ago, and I told y'all how in 2023, all of the sanctioning bodies said that they were going to come together and they was going to mandate, right, all of the champions to have to fight each other. They're going to mandate all of the big champions to fight each other. Well, we never got confirmation from the WBC. But this right here looks like that the WBC is doing their own mandating and they making sure that it's all big fights. All big fights. Shakur versus Isaac Cruz, that's a hell of a fight. They're mandating that. You know what I'm talking about? Now, let's see if they keep the same energy, Because we've seen plenty of times these WBC conventions, they'll come out and they'll say, we gonna make this fight, we mandating this, and that, right? And then I don't know if they think that the fans have amnesia, that they gonna forget, but then they get quiet about it. And the next thing you know, we don't hear nothing else about the shit. We don't hear nothing else about it. So Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Shakur Stevenson. Hell of a fight. Of course, you know I got Shakur boxing circles around him. But it's a hell of a fight. Fight that I think everybody probably want to see. But what happens with this fight? Because you got Shakur Stevenson, who fights, you know what I'm saying? He's a top-ranked fighter. And then you got Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I think that he's under, is it Manny Pacquiao Promotions? Is he under, I think he under, what's the dude? Sean Gibbons, I can't, but Isaac Cruz, he fight, you know what I'm saying, under PBC. He fight under the PBC banner. I think he's co-promoted by PBC. However he got it, you know what I'm saying? He fight on PBC. You feel me? He in a co-promotional deal. But all of his fights are on PBC. Sean Gibbons, yeah. He's promoted by his promotion, Manny Pacquiao Promotions, okay. And it's under PBC. He went Manny Pacquiao Promotions under PBC, and that's where he fights at. We're going to see him fight on Showtime. That's where he fights at. So the problem with this is, are they really going to make this fight happen? Because what we're probably going to see is Bob Arum come out. Who's going to pay for it? Nobody's going to pay for that fight. Because, you know, Bob Arum want all in-house fights. He want in-house fights. Well, we want Shakur Stevenson to fight such and such. Nobody wants to pay to see Isaac Cruz. He gonna come out and say some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? And then PBC, they gonna do what they gonna do, because really they don't want to make a fight like this to have to make it cross promotion, right? So what's gonna happen if the WBC is really gonna stand on their square? If they stand on their square, well, then they'll go back and forth, and then this fight will have to go to a purse bid. I'm cool with that. It take a little longer to make the fight happen if it had to go to purse bid, but at the end of the day, it still will happen. So what's going to happen, and y'all remember I said this, is Top Rank ain't going to want to make the fight. PBC ain't going to want to make the fight. So it's up to the WBC to stand on it. We're mandating this. Y'all got this amount of time to come up, you know what I'm saying, and make a deal with each other, or it's going to go to purse bid. How y'all want to do it? And so, like I said, we got to see first if the WBC is going to stand on it, because most of the shit that the WBC say, they never stand on shit. Like I said, they'll mandate all these fights when the WBC convention comes out, and then you don't hear nothing else about it. They just act like it was never said. So if they stand on it, we'll have them go to purse bid, and we'll see the fight. We'll have them go to purse bid, and we'll see the fight pop off. So hopefully, like I said, that the WBC stand on it, because we can't expect these promotional companies to do shit unless it's in-house. We already know what it is with these promoters and these networks. They not going to get shit done unless it's in-house. So the WBC, they have to stand on this shit. You feel me? So, yeah, stand on it. Make them have to go to purse bid so we can see the fight. And Shakur definitely ain't ducking no type of smoke at all whatsoever. Knockout, what's happening with it? Shakur definitely ain't ducking no type of smoke at all. And like I said, it's a solid fight. I like this fight a lot. Isaac Cruz, he got a name for himself. We know what Shakur is. And yeah. Can Shakur go out there and beat Isaac Cruz in a much better fashion than Tank did? That's what people gonna be asking if they do make this fight. A1 Hoop Zone says, I disagree. Would like to see Wilder versus Fury 4. I think it'll be similar to Pacquiao versus Marquez type situation. I think Wilder would win the fourth fight just like he arguably won the first and second. How did Wilder win the second fight when he got stopped? Now, he won the first fight. I get that to you. He definitely won the first fight, but how did he win the second fight when his corner stopped the fight? How did he arguably win the second fight? I'm confused. But yeah, Wilder don't need to go nowhere near Fury. And like I said, I'm Wilder my favorite fighter, but he don't need to go nowhere near Fury. And you can't like I don't understand how people saying they see him winning that fight. I'm just keeping it real. I could easily say that shit, and I could say that too. I could go along with y'all and say I see him winning the fourth fight because he's my favorite fighter, but I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know, like, come on now, man. It is what it is. Like I said earlier, some fighters got other fighters' numbers, and that's what we see in that situation. Unless Wilder is willing to get on the same time that Tyson Fury's on, what I mean, take PEDs and cheat like Tyson Fury be doing, he's not winning that fight. But anyway, enough about that. People gonna think, y'all gonna think what y'all want to think, but you know, if they do ever have that fight, hey, if y'all want to go ahead and give me your money, hey, that's what's up. I'll take all bets. I take all bets. But Wilder, no, don't get me wrong. Wilder got a chance. Wilder always got a chance because if he land, he will lay your motherfucking ass out. You know what I'm saying? If he land on you, he will lay your ass out. So he definitely always got a chance. But, you know, the odds are against him. But yeah. So Tay D says Shakur ain't ducking shit, but his team is a different story. What you mean, bro? What you mean his team? You got to clarify what you mean, Tay D, about his team is a different story. Because when you say his team, that means that means Jay Prince, his trainer, you know what I'm saying? Jay Prince is his manager, his trainer, and them. They ain't ducking shit. Now, if you mean his promoter, if you mean Bob Arum, well, you got to clarify that. Because your team could mean, you know what I'm saying? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his grandpa, they not ducking shit. They know what they got in Shakur. They not trying to move Shakur. See, this is the exact opposite of what you get with Gervonta Davis. See, Gervonta Davis's team, and we know who his team is, they had a plan to move him carefully, keep him away from certain fights, keep him away from certain fighters. Shakur Stevenson, you can't say that about him. They want all of the smoke with everybody. With everybody. Shakur Stevenson, his team, even Bob Arum wants Shakur Stevenson to get the smoke with everybody. The only time Bob Arum don't want Shakur in the ring with somebody, if it's another one of his fighters, like a Vasil Lomachenko or, you know, Navarrete or somebody like that he knows that Shakur gonna beat the shit out of. So he don't protect Shakur, he protecting them. Um, I disagree with you, Tay D. I gotta disagree with you 1,000%. He say, I don't think his management team would like to fight for Shakur. There's quality names at Top Rank that aren't dangerous, either or the ones who are invested financially in him. Now, we're going to leave Top Rank out of it, right? Because I explained why Top Rank wouldn't want to fight because it's not an in-house fight. But when you say his team has never done or said anything for us to be saying that his management, which is Jay Prince, you know what I'm saying, his trainers, his grandfather, they've never shied away from the smoke or gave you even a little bit, right? A little bit of anything to think that they don't want to smoke with everybody. So we can't say that. We cannot say that. You feel me? I know Knockout, he feeling some type of way because, because of how Tank Davis's team have moved him, but Tank and Shakur team ain't the same. I'm sorry, Knockout. It just ain't the same. Right upper echelon. Jay Prince and Shakur available for any and everything. Name me one time they showed they weren't. See, this is what I gotta see. Y'all can't just say shit and not be able to give an example of one. Give me one time that they showed that they didn't want to smoke. When the fight was there and they showed that his team showed that they didn't want to smoke. Meaning Jay Prince and his grandfather, his trainer, and whatever his team is, not talking about Bob Arum. It ain't no time y'all can give me. So I'm just saying, where y'all come up with that analogy at? Where'd you come up with that at? Thomas Cunningham, what's happening with it? But yeah, like I said, it's on the sanctioning body. I mean, it's on the WBC to stick to their guns, to stand on their square, to make this fight happen, to make them go to purse bid and make the fight happen. Tay says, I'm not saying they died smoky. I'm saying that I can see them having better options. He was just unified champ. Why fight Cruz when he can fight Loma or Ortiz, who just gave Loma hell? Well, see, the thing is, right, you can't fight Loma because Loma and Devin Haney are going to fight, right? You fight Jermaine Ortiz, it's an in-house fight. But like I said, that's something that Bob Arum would want. Why would you want to fight Jermaine Ortiz when Isaac Cruz got a much bigger name than Jermaine Ortiz? Yeah, Jermaine Ortiz showed that he can fight his ass off, right? But he don't have no name. The bigger name, if you're Shakur Stevenson that you want to go fight, if you got Jermaine Ortiz and Isaac Cruz, you want to fight Isaac Cruz. It's a bigger name. You can't fight for a title anyway. Either way it goes, you're not fighting for a title at 135 next because Devin Haney got all the straps. And if Devin Haney stay at 135, he got to fight Lomachenko. Unless something happened where Lomachenko decide not to fight Devin Haney. So, nah, bro, you can't. That's not, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at the landscape. That's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Knockout say it's funny to hear that Shakur versus Pitbull is a good fight, but Tank versus Pitbull was a trash fight. At the point in time when Gervonta Davis and Pitbull Cruz fought, nobody really knew Pitbull. So Tank Davis, who's 28 years old right now, right, was probably like 27 in. It wasn't a good fight for Gervonta Tank Davis at that point in time in his career, fighting at that point in time somebody that nobody knew. Now everybody knows who Isaac Cruz is. So it's a good fight because he has a name. He showed that he's a solid fighter. Can he fuck with Shakur? Hell no. Shakur gonna box circles around this dude. It's not even gonna be close. But like I said, at this point in time, when you got Vasil Lomachenko fighting Devin Haney got all the straps. You got Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera fighting each other. You got Tank Davis. He definitely ain't gonna fight Shakur. We don't know what the hell him and Ryan Garcia doing. And you look at the landscape, yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a good fight that I see Shakur Stevenson winning every round in the fight. Goddamn Pitbull ain't gonna win no more than 2 rounds, if that. It's a good fight with 2 named fighters, with 2 good named fighters. That's what it is. I'm sorry, knockout, that Gervonta Davis, 28 years old, and he ain't, you know what I'm saying, really been in no big fights. I'm sorry that you might feel some type of way if motherfucking Shakur go and shut motherfucking Isaac Cruz out. I mean, it ain't my fault, bro. Holler at goddamn Floyd in them. Holler at Steven Espinoza. You feel me? I mean, goddamn. Shit. This didn't even have to be about Tank. But I know how knockout be coming. Knockout, if it's Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, if not, you know what I'm saying, then we just fucking around, but I'm serious. If it's Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, right? Right? Knockout, he gonna have some little slick comments to make because he's such a huge Gervonta Davis fan, and Tank can't do no wrong. The only wrong thing that Tank can do to knockout is delete tweets. Anything else, Tank can't do no wrong. You feel me? And this ain't even about Tank. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what Tank is doing. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what little Tank Davis is doing. We know he ain't doing nothing. You feel me? We know he ain't doing nothing. We know him and goddamn Ryan Garcia ain't gonna fight. What he gonna do? Who he gonna fight? Who he gonna fight? I don't know. Maybe they can get him to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shit, I'm lost. I don't know what little Tank gonna do. But see, you can't trash Tank fighting. See, that was easy for you to make a video saying that you got on his helmet about Abner Mares because that wasn't true. That was just some made up shit. Everybody know that Tank Davis wouldn't finna fight no goddamn Abner Mares. I wouldn't even go that far. I didn't make no video about him fighting Abner Mares because I knew that was some bullshit. Tank ain't, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, I'll let y'all put me in some fucked up ass bullshit fights, but I ain't gonna let y'all go that goddamn far. Tank a boycott goddamn TMT if they put him in and try to make him a fight with Abner Mares. That was easy for you to do because you knew that shit wasn't gonna happen. Knockout. As much as you know about boxing, you knew good so goddamn well that shit wasn't real. Johnny Q says Tank got to at least fight the winner of Frank Martin versus Rivera. But see, the thing is, Tank he ain't waiting around for that shit. Tank finna fight in January or February. He gonna fight. You feel me? He fighting in the beginning of the year, so they're not going to be ready. So who is he going to fight? Now, they might have tried to present Abner Mares to Tank Davis, and he probably cussed him out in every which way he knew how. Like, you know, Tank could get in the ring. He'll take some bullshit ass fights. We all know that. But he ain't going to go that low. Abner Mares just fought. I don't know who the fuck he fought his last fight after being on a damn near almost 5-year layoff and damn near and really got beat and told us, like, basically told us, you know, hey, this is pretty much it for me. I think I might need to hang it up. That's what Abner Mares pretty much said his last fight after that long, all those years of being laid off. And now you're going to go to Tank and tell him we're going to make an Abner Mares fight for you next, and you think Tank is going to accept that shit? Hell no. Hell no. Tank ain't, man, come on. Nick J. Hey, Nick J, don't go that hard on little Tank, man. Tank ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Tank, and yeah, Julio, Tank is a killer. We ain't talking about that Tank ain't, you know what I'm saying, a badass motherfucker, but that still don't, you know what I'm saying? We still can't give him a pass for that resume. That resume is bad motherfucker too. It's bad, like horrible. But nah, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's horrible, but you know, we ain't gonna do that to Tank, Nick J. We gonna give him, we gotta give him more respect than to expect him to jump in the ring with Abner Mares. That's embarrassing for him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't be able to go to the press conference. He wouldn't be able to do, you know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing. If they announced that Tank Davis was fighting Abner Mares next, that's one of those want to get away moments. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Southwest Airlines want to get away? That's one of those want to get away moments. Real talk. That man had to fucking put a paper bag over his head, walk through the airport, go to the clubs with a mask on. Come on, man. He wouldn't be able to get away with that shit. Thank Father, man, y'all crazy today. He said for a bodega bag or a Birkin, he'll take the fight. Hey, y'all, hey, man, y'all too much. Julio, what's happening with it? Y'all crazy as hell in these comments. Hey, man, y'all, hey, knockout on here challenging Nick J to goddamn debate. Knockout, man, this nigga Knockout want to debate everybody. Goddamn, man. Julio say Barrios, he was weight drained and had no business fighting at 140 pounds. The Mayweather and goddamn Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby, they knew that. Everybody knew that Mario Barrios was fucking killing himself to make 140. Isaac Cruz, at that point in time, Isaac Cruz, didn't nobody really know. I knew who he was, you know what I'm saying? But and to tell you the truth, Isaac Cruz didn't never impress me, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, like Isaac Cruz is not impressive to me. That's why I'm telling y'all that Shakur Stevenson will probably shut him out. I don't think he'll win. If I'm speaking about a fighter that I think that is a hell of an impressive fighter, I'm not finna tell you that Shakur is gonna go in there and 12-0 him. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that Isaac Cruz has a name. Certain type of, like, Isaac Cruz is a good brawler. Tank Davis exposed him. He exposed that, you know, he's a brawler. And if you know how to box, you're going to box circles around him. So, I mean, and then we got to think, right? Isai Cruz was a last-minute replacement. I ain't gonna say last minute, but he was a replacement opponent for Rolly. He was trying to fight Rolly. That's the fight that they was trying to make. And they had to get a opponent to replace Rolly, and they got Cruz. So let's not act like that. Let's not forget about that, right? Then you said Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is a solid fighter at 126 pounds. Leo Santa Cruz is the perfect stylistic matchup for Gervonta Davis. Like, we all want to talk like we know boxing. And if we know boxing, everybody knows that Leo Santa Cruz had no motherfucking chance in hell of beating Gervonta Davis. Leo Santa Cruz can't beat Gary Russell. He can't not even come close. He can't beat motherfucking Shakur Stevenson. He can't beat Devin Haney. He probably can't beat Isaac Cruz. We can go on. Leo Santa Cruz can't beat Michelle Rivera. Who else? He can't beat a Teofimo Lopez if he was still at the motherfucking the weight division. He can't beat Vasil Lomachenko. So let's keep it 100. Leo Santa Cruz can't beat none of them dudes I just said. Leo Santa Cruz's two best wins in his career was Abner Mares and Carl Frampton. And Carl Frampton beat him in one of those fights. So when people talk to me about Leo Santa Cruz and how great of a fight that was for Tank Davis, negative. Ricky Williams says, I'm gonna say this. I hear you on Tank, I agree, but that doesn't alleviate Shamir either. He said that doesn't alleviate Shamir. Oh, Shakur, you mean either? He says, do try to detach Bob from Shakur when you won't detach Tank from Floyd. He said to try to detach Bob from Shakur when you won't detach Tank from Floyd. I don't know when you came in here, Ricky, or if you've been in here, but who said anything about detaching or saying that Bob is with Shakur? No, I never said nothing about that shit. All you heard me say is Shakur is willing, ready, and able to fight anybody at any time. And you're going to see it if they mandate, if the WBC stick to what they saying. We know that the networks and the promoters ain't going to make it happen, but the WBC got to stick to their guns, and it'll go to purse bid. And we're going to see Shakur Stevenson beat Isaac Cruz 12-0 or something like 11-1. It is what it is. Julio says Shakur would dismantle Cruz. However, there's always a puncher's chance in Cruz. Very little. That wild shit that Isai Cruz be swinging with, he ain't going to touch Shakur Stevenson. See, that's my thing with Isai Cruz. He's too wild. He loops his punches too wide. He's too wild, and you know, he's just not. It's a bad stylistic matchup for him. Even worse than Tank was for him. Dank Fowler says the only reason that box rec argument is ridiculous is because Leo Santa Cruz record is padded. I just told y'all the two fighters that he beat. Nobody is going to sit here and tell you that Abner Mares, and I respect Abner. I like Abner Mares. Cool ass, down to earth dude, solid fighter, but ain't nobody going to tell you that Abner Mares was a great fighter. Ain't nobody ever going to tell you that Carl Frampton was a great fighter. They good fighters. Good fighters. Not A-level fighters, not great fighters. Knockout says, next, I'm going to hear Devin Haney moves up to fight Jose Pedraza. That's a good fight. Fuck out of here. Y'all ain't fair. What you mean? I mean, who is y'all? Who is y'all? No, you ain't talking about me. Because I didn't like when I came on here and told y'all I didn't like when they was putting Teofimo Lopez against Jose Pedraza. So why would I like Devin Haney versus Jose Pedraza? I hate when motherfuckers come in here, right? When you done already broke down some shit, explain the whole, you know what I'm saying, Isaac Cruz, Shakur, just explain everything surrounding it. Explain what will have to happen for the fight to happen. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna have to go through. You didn't talk about that. Then somebody come in here talking about some Isaac Cruz and Shakur Stevenson not gonna happen. Laugh out loud. Just because it's mandated don't mean it's gonna happen. When we already talked about that, explain, but you want to come in here, right? Like you teaching us some shit. Bro, stop coming in here at the end of shit and dropping comments when you don't even know that we already been over that already. But salute to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. Miss Joette, what's good with it, Queen? Ricky Williams say, I'm gonna say this. I hear you on Tank. I agree, but that doesn't. Oh, I read that already. I read that one. Hey, motherfucking Knockout said, you know how I get with Tank. Leave that man alone. Man, Tank got some of the strongest protectors standing up for him. For real. Knockout said he better than y'all favorite fighter, and you know it. That's why y'all hate on him. I mean, it sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I bet you do think that, you know what I'm saying, Dundada. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be right if you didn't come in here and say some silly ass shit. I think that Isaac Cruz can beat to Shakur what Emmanuel Augustus was to Floyd. Yeah, all right. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Karma, what's good with it, Queen? She said Cruz is Canelo with no power. Nah, Cruz ain't got Canelo skills. He ain't got Canelo skills. But he, you know, I don't know. Cruz, he's solid. He's solid. It's just that Isaac Cruz is, you know what will be a hell of a solid fight for Isaac Cruz? And it'll be a great close fight, a 50-50 fight for Isaac Cruz. Put him in there with somebody like Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? So a style like Frank Martin, Isaac Cruz is going to give a whole lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? But you put him in there with guys like Tank Davis, he already showed it. You know what I'm saying? Because in that fight, I was impressed by Tank. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Tank showed me more in the Isaac Cruz fight than he did with all them cats that he was going in there knocking out easy, because he showed his boxing skills in the Isaac Cruz fight. You know what I'm saying? He showed that if he had to switch it up and box and stay on his back foot and you know, use pivots and use angles and box, he showed that he could do that, you know, and exploit somebody like Isaac Cruz that wasn't, you know, athletic enough to stay with him. So Tank impressed me in that Isaac Cruz fight. So Tank already showed somebody that has boxing skills, that got footwork, that's athletic. Isaac Cruz can't fuck with him. That's why, like I said, Isaac Cruz and Shakur Stevenson is just a good fight because of the names. But Shakur Stevenson is not a competitive fight for him. He gonna make that shit look, he gonna make Isaac Cruz look like a fucking wild man in the ring. And Ricky Williams, you can't never come in here and say that Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson are on the same level, because, like I said, the last time I checked, Tank Davis is 28 years old. The last time I checked, Tank Davis has been champion. He was champion. He jumped off the porch the beginning of 2017. In January of 2017, I believe, is when he won his first major championship. Shakur Stevenson was just turning pro. So no, they are not on the same page. Shakur Stevenson already unified the 130-pound division, moving up to another division and want all the smoke there. No, they're not on the same page. Let's stop pretending like Tank Davis hasn't been champion since 2017 and still ain't fought no A-class fighter. Stop putting them on the same page. Let's stop doing that. Now, if Shakur turns 28 and he still got a resume that look like Tank, and he got a resume that look like Tank Davis, then they on the same page. See, every time Tank Davis' name get brought up, Ricky Williams says he will. I guarantee you he won't. How do you see him having a resume, right? How do you see Shakur Stevenson having a resume like Tank Davis's resume when Shakur turned 28 years old? You got to make it make sense to me, Ricky. Come on now. When Shakur has already fought, like I said, he's already unified. Ain't no way I'll be willing to bet anything you want to bet. By the time Shakur Stevenson turned 28 years old, his resume is going to be then blew past Gervonta Tank Davis in regards to what Tank Davis's resume is right now. That's crazy. You would even say some shit like that. That shit crazy. Come on, Ricky. I know y'all are huge Tank Davis's fan. I know y'all huge Tank fans, but come on, man. We got to keep it 100. Like, Shakur don't even fucking move like Tank and them move. Hold on. Let me go ahead and debunk this shit right now, and then I'm going to move on from it. I'm going to debunk this shit right now, and then I'm going to move on from it. Hold on. Tank Davis turned pro in 2013. 2013, when he turned pro. He turned pro in 2013. From 2013, right? We finna go into 2023. He been pro 10 years. Been a pro 10 years. And we still talking about we want to see him fight somebody. Now, in 2027 or 2026, when Shakur Stevenson has been a pro for 10 years, you sitting up here telling me that we're going to be saying the same thing about Shakur that we're saying about Tank Davis. Man, it's been 10 years and Shakur still ain't fought nobody. That's a motherfucking lie. That's a motherfucking lie. When Shakur Stevenson has already shown that he fighting, he already fought Oscar Valdez. He fought Jermell Charlo. You say they ain't shit, but they was champions. Oscar Valdez had whooped everybody else he was in front of. You just can't make that shit make sense to me. Because it don't make no sense. To sit up here and say in 2026 or 2027, we're going to be sitting here having the same conversation about Shakur Stevenson because he ain't going to fight nobody. Come on, bro. Man, I'm definitely ain't trying to hear that shit. It sounds good if you're a Tank Davis fan, but we know it ain't real. We know they ain't real, especially how Shakur Stevenson already moving. Been champion at 126. Been unified at 130. Now already moved up to 135 because that's where all the smoke is at. Come on, man. But we trying to sit up here and act like that Shakur ain't this and he ain't that and he'll duck smoke and he gonna move the same way Tank is. That's the conversation we having? All right. Anyway, y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash on the like button. And we gonna go to the next fight. Let's move along. We got to move along. So let's talk about this one, y'all. I like this one, but let's see if the WBC stick to their guns, because we know when Canelo Alvarez's name is involved, they always move the goalpost, pretend like Canelo don't have to do nothing. Well, we know that David Benavidez and Benavidez-Plant are fighting. The WBC announced that David Benavidez and Benavidez-Plant, right, the winner is going to be named the interim WBC champion. Now, we all know that Canelo Alvarez, he's taking a break. You know, he had hand surgery, so he's sitting out. So what it means is that, right, the winner between Benavidez-Plant and David Benavidez, they're going to be the interim WBC champion, right? So, like, when the champion is sitting out, recovering from an injury, you crown an interim champion. And then what happens, what's supposed to happen is the interim champion, right? When the real champion comes back, the real champion has to face the interim champion. He got to fight the interim champion. That's how it works. So the winner, Mauricio Suleiman, is saying that the winner between David Benavidez and Benavidez-Plant, Canelo Alvarez have to fight him. Whenever he come back, Canelo Alvarez got to fight one of them, whoever wins that fight. It ain't no more, you know what I'm saying, get out of jail free cards for Canelo Alvarez. Now, the problem with this is Mauricio Suleiman, you can't believe shit that he say. He never stands on his word. When he came out with the franchise title, he said the franchise title can't change names. The only thing that the franchise title is for is, this is what he said. He said that the franchise title was to stop like big name champions like Canelo, like a Errol Spence or whoever it may be, to stop them from having to fight no-name mandatories. Like let's say when Errol Spence had to fight Carlos Ocampo. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that, to stop that from happening, to where you could just use your franchise title, you know what I'm saying, to make a big fight. So little fights like that don't happen. Mandatories just can't come up that don't have a name out of nowhere and make a fight with a Canelo or Errol Spence or whoever it may be. That's what he said. Then he went on to change the rules for the goddamn franchise title about 10 times after that. And every time you interviewed him, he gave you a different definition of what the franchise title was supposed to be about. Yeah, that's Mauricio Sulaiman. That's Mauricio Sulaiman. So can we take Mauricio Sulaiman's word? Fuck no. But what he did is he got on the podium and said, yeah, the winner between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant will be named the interim WBC champion. And when Canelo Alvarez is healthy and he decides to come back, he will have to face one of those fighters. He either going to have to fight David Benavidez or Caleb Plant, whoever wins. And if he decides he don't want to fight him, he got to drop the titles. It sounds very good. Sound like some shit that I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like some shit I want to hear. But do I believe Mauricio Sulaiman? Fuck no. I don't believe shit he say. Because he's going to do whatever Canelo wants him to do. So if Canelo, right, don't want to fight, if David Benavidez wins the fight and Canelo decide he don't want to fight David Benavidez, what Sulaiman is going to do, he's going to make a way out for Canelo. He's going to go against everything that he said on that podium, and he's going to make a way out for Canelo because we've seen him do it over and over again. We've seen him do it before. He do it all the time. And y'all smash the like button. Everybody in the building, make sure that y'all smash on the like button. Hit the like button. He do it all the time. So I says it sounds good, but what we got to do is we got to remember this WBC convention. We got to remember what he said and what he promised. And everybody that create content, when that time come around, we got to be on their helmet. We got to put so much fucking pressure on Sulaiman and Canelo Alvarez that they gonna have to make the fight. We got to put so much pressure on them that they have to make the fight. But I don't believe it. Like I said, I don't believe it. It sounds good. All this shit sound good. Now, let's get to the Spence and Thurman. Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. We had heard a lot of talks that they was gonna mandate Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight. They was gonna make, Keith Thurman. Well, I think Keith Thurman was already his WBC mandatory, but they were gonna mandate that fight. So if Errol Spence decided to stay at 147, that he wasn't gonna have no way around fighting Keith Thurman. And that's exactly what they did. Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence has been mandated. And I don't have a problem with the fight at all. Like I said, I like the fight. Keith Thurman is a way, way, way tougher opponent than David. I've been sneezing. You know what I'm saying? So all the motherfucking Terrence Crawford dick riding fans, you know what I'm saying? I know they're going to try to say some shit. They're going to try to make up a motherfucking story to come up with. But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman only has one loss on his resume, and that was to Manny Pacquiao. Right? Ain't nobody else beat Keith Thurman. Sean Porter ain't beat Keith Thurman. Speaking of Sean Porter, Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter in his prime. Terrence Crawford fought Shawn Porter also and beat a washed-up Shawn Porter. Keith Thurman beat Danny Garcia in his prime. Errol Spence fought Danny Garcia and beat him coming off a car wreck, but Danny Garcia wasn't the same as the one that fought Keith Thurman. To me, he wasn't. So what I'm saying that to say this is that, like, Keith Thurman is a solid ass fighter. Is he the same Keith Thurman that he was, in 2017? I don't know. We ain't really got to see Keith Thurman active like that. We haven't seen Keith Thurman have 2 fights in 1 year and not be injured since 2017. That's the last time that we was able to see an active Keith Thurman that wasn't injured. Keith Thurman went in the Manny Pacquiao fight already needing hand surgery. He was injured. He wasn't active. You know what I'm saying? He had 1 fight. He came off a 2-year layoff, had 1 warm-up fight, needed hand surgery, held it off because he wanted to get a big payday in the Manny Pacquiao fight. That was the biggest payday that he was in at the point in time in his career. Still to this day, that was his biggest payday. His first chance to be on pay-per-view. So, and he looked at Manny Pacquiao like Manny Pacquiao was food. He looked at Manny Pacquiao and thought that, man, this dude is little. He older. I know I'm injured. I know I need hand surgery, but fuck it. I'm still good enough to beat Manny Pacquiao. And he guessed wrong. But other than that, he ain't never lost. Have we seen Keith Thurman hurt to the body several times? Yeah, we have. But he still never lost. Besides Manny Pacquiao. So Keith Thurman is a way, way, way better, much, much tougher opponent than David I've been sneezing. So that is the fight that they mandated. If Errol Spence decides to stay at 147 and defend his titles, he's going to have to fight Keith Thurman. That's just what it is. He's going to have to fight Keith Thurman. And that's a solid fight for Errol Spence. A big fight when if Errol Spence decide that he do want to stay at 147 and accept this fight, it's a huge fight. Probably going to be in Dallas Stadium. Gonna do huge pay-per-view numbers. And like I said, man, boxing fans gonna run around talking about what they don't want to see. At the end of the day, when they make this fight and they announce this fight, or if they make this fight, if they announce this fight, we're gonna go straight back to 2017. We're gonna go straight back to 2017 when everybody was calling for Keith Thurman and Errol Spence to fight. People ain't gonna care. Once they announce this fight, boxing fans ain't gonna care. Because deep, deep down inside, everybody still want to see that fight. Deep down inside, whether you admit it or not. And like I said, people gonna forget about, because let's keep it 100. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Before Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, it was Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. That was the fight that everybody wanted to see. That was the fight that everybody was screaming for. That was the fight that everybody was online talking about. Everybody was on, I don't care, I don't give a fuck if it was Instagram, Facebook, boxing groups, YouTube. That was Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. And we never got that fight. We never got Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. So, look like that we probably gonna get it now. Is it too late? I don't know. Errol Spence is still in his prime. We don't know if Keith Thurman is out of his prime or not. All we know is that Keith Thurman haven't been active and healthy. So this time, we finally going to see an active, healthy Keith Thurman. It what it is. I like the fight. And yeah, Mr. Mechanical, Keith Thurman does have the best resume in the division besides Errol Spence. Right? The guys that got the best resume in the division is Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. No argument. Terrence Crawford ain't even in the goddamn same book as them when it comes to that. Upper Echelon says Thurman versus Spence was super fight before Bud. I still think it's better. I don't think that Thurman and Spence is a better fight than Crawford and Spence, but I like the fight. I like the fight. You know, I think the best fight to me, right? Because once you show that you moving funny and you moving like, you know what I'm saying, you got some bitch made tendencies, how you move, you know what I'm saying? I kind of start thinking a certain type of way about you. And I'm talking about Terrence Crawford. To me, the best fight in the welterweight division right now is Errol Spence versus Jaron Ennis. To me, that's the best fight. Then the second best fight to me is Terrence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis. And like I said, I got to put Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis over Terrence Crawford because Errol Spence has ruled the 147-pound division, right, for years and years, and he ain't never ducked no smoke, ain't never moved funny, never did none of that shit. Then you got Jaron Boots Ennis. He young, hungry. He's shown that he got all the skills in the ring, and he's dangerous because he's more hungry than Spence. He more hungry than goddamn than Bud, than everybody in the division because he ain't got a shot yet. And a young hungry cat like that is always dangerous. EJ was him. That was Errol Spence at one point in time. But when you talk about Bud has showed me that he's comfortable with being in cruise control. He's comfortable with, you know, getting decent amount of money to fight lesser competition. He showed me that he's comfortable doing that. So yeah, I'm putting them above him just off of the energy. OTB says EJ a body snatcher, statistically a bad fight, great fight on paper. Yes, and I agree with you. It's a great EJ versus Errol Spence versus Thurman is a great fight on paper. Now, does it turn out to be a great fight in the ring? If you ask me, I don't know, because we know Errol Spence's one of his best attributes in the ring is the way that he goes to the body relentlessly. And Keith Thurman's biggest weakness is his vulnerability with getting hit to the body. So right there, you can say, okay, that makes for a mismatch. But Keith Thurman, you know, he got good feet. He got great boxing skills. He punched hard, and he's very dangerous early in the fight. So Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of shit that he do great. The only thing about Keith Thurman that people is going to bring up is that he can't take it to the body. That's the only thing you really can say about Keith Thurman. He can't take it to the body. Other than that, he's solid all the way around. And it ain't nothing new that he can't take it to the body because even when you say that Keith Thurman was in his prime, calling out Mayweather and all of them, he couldn't take it to the body back then. We seen Luis Collazo hurt him to the body way back then. So, you know, but I'm on record. You go back to, you know what I'm saying, even 2017, 2016, when I used to be in the Facebook boxing groups, debating motherfuckers going back and forth. I was always telling everybody that I felt that Errol Spence was going to stop Keith Thurman. And I feel the same way today. But, you know, I think that it's going to be a hell of a fight. For however long it lasts, then it might go 12. Keith Thurman has showed he gets hurt, but he knows how to survive. So can Errol Spence be the first fighter to take out Keith Thurman? Ain't nobody never stopped Keith Thurman. I think Errol Spence can, but they got to get in the ring and they got to fight, and he got to prove that he can stop Keith Thurman. Ain't nobody else been able to stop Keith Thurman. Let's not forget that, because a lot of y'all talking like Keith Thurman already been stopped. A lot of y'all talking like Keith Thurman is just going to go in there, lay down, fold up, because we seen him get stopped before. No, we seen Keith Thurman hurt to the body before. We ain't never seen Keith Thurman get stopped. So he know how to survive. And one thing, if you don't hurt Keith Thurman to the body, have you ever seen Keith Thurman get almost knocked out to the head? Not that I can think of. You know what I'm saying? Not that I can think of. Maybe one time, but, you know, nah. Steve says, how does Keith Thurman skip the line and get a fight with EJ? I'm missing something. Easy. Because the sanctioning bodies like money just like you like money. And so they're going to go with who got the bigger name. Keith Thurman got a bigger name than all the Errol Spence's other mandatories. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman, if Keith Thurman was active, if he wasn't taking so many layoffs, he'll actually have a bigger name than Terrence Crawford, because he sell more than Terrence Crawford. Karma says, do you think Keith is going to be able to withstand the onslaught from EJ? No, I don't. But that's, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. That's just what I think. I don't know that. EJ still got to get in the ring and prove it. Because like I said, he's never been stopped before. You know, he never been stopped before. Spence versus Stanionis is Spence versus Stanionis is a more exciting fight to watch for a casual fan, right? Because Keith Thurman is going to make it a more technical fight. Keith Thurman can box. Like I said, he can move. Keith Thurman got a high ring IQ. He gonna make it a more technical fight for as long as it lasts. If it might last 12. Now, Stanionis is gonna come in there and he gonna be like a rock'em sock'em robot. He gonna be right in front of Errol Spence, right where Errol Spence want to fight at, and he gonna go back and forth with Errol Spence until EJ stop him. So that fight, Stanionis, if he fights Stanionis, it's just gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be a rock'em. He gonna go in there and just get. It's gonna be more exciting. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you just want to see an all-out brawl. But Spence is definitely stopping Stanionis, because you can't stand in front of Errol Spence for motherfucking the whole fight and think you're not gonna get stopped. Stanionis, he not fast enough. He too slow. He's strong. He can punch. But yeah, it's just a bad stylistic matchup for Stanionis, because he's not gonna do what he needs to do to make it, you know, a fight to where Errol Spence gotta, you know, go to a plan B or a C. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna make Errol Spence have to think and get in his bag. You feel what I'm saying? And use his IQ. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna be right there. Errol Spence like that type of shit. That's right up his alley. Yeah, he gonna get his ass stumped out. So, you know, Stanionis, the reason they didn't make that fight probably because Stanionis don't have a big enough name. You talking about putting the fight on pay-per-view. You talking about who the sanctioning bodies, right? would want to see have the strap. If it ain't Errol Spence, they much rather it be somebody like Keith Thurman that gonna sell. That's just how it is. Is it right? Hell no. Should Keith Thurman be able to jump over Stanionis in boots? Fuck no. Or jump over everybody that's in the WBC ranking? I don't know. I haven't looked at the WBC ranking. I don't know who's in the WBC ranking, but I know that he got the biggest name out of all of them. So it is what it is. I ain't mad at it. It at least, right? At least it's somebody that is a good, hell of a solid fighter. They got a hell of a resume. You know what I'm saying? At least it's somebody like that. And it ain't just no fucking, Rudy Poot like an Ocampo or somebody like that. Cassandra says, in her opinion, if Spence don't fight Keith Thurman, any other fights is pointless since it's not Bud. At 147, yeah. I mean, like I said, I ain't gonna say. I mean, yeah. It's as far as him saying strap season and strap season. Yeah, I get you right there. But I would love to see him fight Boots at 147. Like, I just want to see the best fight the best, and I think that fight would even be better than him and Bud to me. Swat Jones said, working late, had to stop through and show support. I appreciate you. And salute to Swat Jones in the building. But I see what you're saying, Cassandra. I definitely can see that. Virgil Ortiz is number 1 in the WBC. I like that Virgil Ortiz fight better than Keith Thurman fight. But see, Virgil Ortiz is going to do the same thing that Stanionis is going to do. I think that Virgil Ortiz is better than Stanionis. But Virgil Ortiz is going to stand right there. He's going to try to slug it out with Errol Spence, and Errol Spence is going to stop him. Because Virgil Ortiz, trust me, everything, when it comes to offense is on Virgil Ortiz's side. That motherfucker, he's scary on offense. But defense, he ain't got it. His defense ain't there. Errol Spence stopping him too. That's just what it is. And Andre Petaway says Keith is number 1 at WBC. Well, yeah, Keith is the mandatory. Keith is mandatory, and then I think that Virgil Ortiz, he might be. I think that the WBA. Think the Virgil Ortiz is the number 1 for the WBA, but they don't want that fight with Errol Spence. Virgil Ortiz, they don't want that fight with Errol Spence. I'm not even gonna say Virgil Ortiz. I'm gonna pretty much say that Oscar De La Hoya don't want that fight for Virgil Ortiz. He know that Virgil Ortiz is a, you know what I'm saying? First of all, Golden Boy don't have a roster anyway. You know what I'm saying? They have very few top fighters on their roster anyway. And Virgil Ortiz is probably the best fighter they got on their resume. Virgil Ortiz, on their roster, my bad. Virgil Ortiz is the best fighter that Top Rank got that Golden Boy have on their roster. So you think they're going to feed him to Errol Spence? Hell no. Oscar, no, he looking at Virgil like that, okay, I got a potential super duper star. So he going to move Virgil right into his time. He going to continue to build Virgil up. He going to keep him from Boots. He going to keep him from cats like Errol Spence and Crawford. And yeah, man, he going to move him right. Now, he might make Crawford. They would let him fight Crawford. I don't know. Andrew Petaway said they didn't petition today for mandatory. Upper Echelon says Stanionis is WBA regular champion. That's right. Yep. And he says if he leaves, Stanionis becomes super. Yeah, if Errol Spence move up, Stanionis becomes the super champion for the WBA. You're right. Lord to the Gang says in Bud division, Ortiz and then Boots. Okay. So yeah. I knew that. Ortiz. But it's like, Bud, like I said, man, Bud don't want to fight damn one of them because however you see Bud, whether he wins, whether you see him winning or not, those are very tough fights for him. Those actually would be the most dangerous fights that he's had in his whole career. And he ain't taking no fights like that unless they paying him an amount of money that he can't say no to. Other than that, Bud won't smoke like that. He's satisfied with getting these easier fights, right? And making good money doing it. Tony Boswell, okay. I didn't know that, Tony. Tony says Virgil petition for mandatory status enforced by the WBA and will fight standing owners in March. Like all of these, and salute to Tony Boswell, but all of these so-called, right, mandated fights and all of this shit, I'm going to tell y'all right now, half of this shit ain't going to happen. Half of it ain't going to happen. Because when it get down to that point, a lot of this shit, the WBC is going to let that shit fizzle off. The WBA, they going to let that shit fizzle off. And then the fans most of the fans going to be them forgot. And ain't nobody going to be talking about it no more. And that's how they get away with that shit. Rick Tim says, since Zordo got spanked, Oscar going to be super selective with Ortiz now even more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he know. And you see what he doing with Jaime Munguia. He ain't trying to let Jaime Munguia fight no motherfucking body at all. Jaime Munguia got another fight coming up against a bum that nobody never heard of before. So, it is what it is, man. But let me see, did I miss anything? So we got, hold on. So we got Shakur versus Isaac Cruz, Ruiz versus Wilder, Plant Benavidez winner to fight Canelo, Harrison Fundura to face the winner of Charlo and Tim Tszyu, and we got Spence versus Thurman for the WBC title. If all them fights were to happen, boxing would be back on like it was the 90s. But like I said, don't get your hopes up. We know how they do in boxing, and half of this shit ain't going to happen. Cassandra said, I had high hopes for Jaime. Shit. I don't know why. Queen Cassandra, I don't know why. I know all them hopes you had is gone. Tony Boswell says, I think the only reason they made Virgil versus standing owners is because Bud versus Spence Jr. is going to happen next year. I doubt that. Like I said, I'm with Ricky Williams and everybody that was saying that the fight ain't happening. I doubt the fight happened. You can't, come on, man. You cannot make Terrence Crawford get in the ring. And now he's going around talking about Al Haymon, right? At first, see, you got to think, right? At first, a lot of y'all knew that Bud Crawford was saying fucked up shit about Al Haymon behind the scenes because I was talking to people behind the scenes that are family with Bud, right? And they was telling me how he felt about Al Haymon. So I was reporting it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? We also knew that Fat Ass Bo Mac was talking a whole bunch of shit about Al Haymon and PBC, right? So it was everybody around Terrence Crawford that was talking shit. But we, at that point in time, we never had heard Bud say nothing about Al Haymon in the PBC out of his own mouth. Now Bud is coming out saying the same shit that they were saying. So it's like, motherfucker ain't gonna want to do business with you. And you know they're not gonna want to do business with you. So what you doing is you trying to sabotage the fight to make them not want to do business with you because you don't want the fight. Come on now. Who does that when you know, who says the shit that he's saying about somebody when you know that you want to do business with them? You don't. If you know you want to do business with somebody, you don't say the shit that Bud was saying in the media. Only reason you would do that is to basically have an excuse so they don't make the fight. Picasso says the fight will happen. Y'all niggas been saying that forever. You said that shit when they announced that the fight was gonna happen in September. Then when they announced that the fight was gonna happen in October, you said that. Then when they announced that the fight was gonna happen in November, you said that. Then when they announced that the fight was gonna be pushed back to December, you said that. Then when they announced that the fight was gonna be pushed back to January or February, you said that. The fight ain't gonna happen. You can't make him get in the ring. It is what it is. Cassandra say, whatever Bernie say is how Bud feel. Yeah, exactly, Cassandra. Because I've heard Bernie say the most disrespectful shit. And before he said it, he said Bud was in the house with him. He said Bud was in the house. The man here? Yeah, he here. You know what I'm saying? So if Bud is letting him say all that shit, Bud feel that way. And now we know that Bud feel the same exact way. I've been and told everybody what Bud was saying behind the scenes. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure that y'all smash on the like button. Hit the like button. Let me get this super chat. My man Donald Banks says, what do you think about that video of Spence in the hotel eating strawberries and his girl saying he gay, and the video his girl showed him drunk? I mean, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you. And if you want to know about the video, we talked about that. So go ahead and rewind the show and you can watch the show from the front. You know what I'm saying? We talked about all that. You talking about the skit, but I mean, if you worried about, if you super chat me, right, asking me about a man, right, chilling with his girlfriend or his wife or fiance in a hotel eating strawberries, if that's what you worried about, bro, you might have some issues within yourself. You might need to get you a woman so you can kick it with her and eat some strawberries. Because I don't know why you worried about another man hanging out with his woman eating strawberries for her. But I mean, if that's, to each his own. Lord to the game, my man Kwame East. He says, I think he's trying to say you can tell he has some personal against Al based on negotiations. Them dudes was over. He said them dudes was over their heads as free agents. Welfare mentality, wants something for nothing. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he gonna get everything he want after they had that little BLK Prime motherfucking shit. Hey, and he see, you know what I'm saying? After he done ducked out the Terrence Crawford fight, and he try to go back to BLK Prime, and they ain't got no fighters on their roster. And they ain't got no fighters on their roster. And he just shit out of luck. Because I guarantee you, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to go over to Golden Boy and negotiate no goddamn big ass huge purse to fight no Virgil Ortiz. That ain't happening. He ain't gonna be able to go over there and do that. So good luck. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, smash the like button. Smash on the like button. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow cooking. I got more videos dropping tonight, so be on the lookout. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. Much love to everybody. Hit that like button before you leave if y'all ain't hit it yet. I'm out.